So where does corn come from? Now it says product of USA, but where within the USA? Is it from Iowa, Nebraska? Is it from here in Montgomery, Tuba City? These are questions that often pop up in my head when I'm looking at corn. I know majority of the time it's sweet and it tastes good, but where does it come from?
When these corn are growing, you take care of it just like your own child. Something that you grow. It is really nice and unique to know that you plant something, it grows out of the ground on its own. You take care of it like a baby. You tend to be around it all the time. You're weeding it, and then Mother Nature takes at once in a while here and there you'll get a sprinkle or a little bit of rain, but all this, compared to the white people, you go to a field. They usually have the most beautiful field, all green. What they use there is pesticides.
Western technologies, Western concepts, Western things that are coming in that are supposed to make farming easy, making it harder for us now. We never used to have tractors. We used to have bigger fields than we have right now. I think we're ruining the fields with overplowing and things like that are supposed to make things easy for us to do the farming. But if you look at what we have now and what our ancestors had before, there's photos of fields of corn, wheat, and now you won't find anything like that. If you try and grow something like that, a big field like that, you'll get little clumps of corn coming out. Now, why is that? It's GMOs, and we talked about that in past meetings. And some of our most sacred beings, sacred things that bring the corn, the seeds into our village for the spring planting, are not aware that some of those seeds might have GMOs in it. And if we plant it with our regular corn, regular seeds, we're just eliminating what we used to have. And I think that's one of the things why our fields aren't there anymore. It's just, I was thinking about things that we have now, the sprinkling irrigation systems that some people have, supposed to make it easy. But if they do that, it makes the ground a lot harder. Irrigation, the way we used to have it, the waffle gardens, you put the water where you need it instead of saturating the whole ground and conserve water that way. And now we have farmers that are out there, especially in Ojo, where they have a lot of water. If you go down to their fields and it's just saturated, and you go back about a week later and the corn still isn't doing that. Too much water, too much this and that, I guess. Something that we're not doing right. We need to go back and look at what our ancestors were doing to get those kind of fields that we used to have. And I think this group is getting to that point of realizing that going back and trying to do the farming that we used to do instead of going into the Western type of farming.
That's a Zuni word. Am I saying it wrong? Doshowe?
Corn.
Doshowe. What does that mean? Do you know what that means? That's these right here.
Seed.
That's your seeds. In your language, huh? Okay, one place somebody gets it from a store. Where else can you get
And
your
corn.
Where else can you get your seeds from?
Corn.
From where? Is that the only place you get your seeds? Is that
Walmart.
Where else? That's a store.
Alana.
Alona, is that store? Store. How about, did any of you save your seeds from last year?
I saved it. I was growing a lot. Even there. I saved it.
So when you eat your watermelon, remember you spit your seeds out and you put it over here? If you save those seeds and they get dry, you can plant them the next year and put them in the ground and get more watermelons. So you don't always have to go to the store. You can just save your seeds
Here in Munkapi, we try and strive to produce as much as we can organically, I guess the word is today. But we don't use pesticides or herbicides, whatever the outside world takes for granted. So a lot of this is just a lot of also faith-based. We all have to believe that the rains will come, and lately they've been coming, shading us some, and occasional thunder storms pass through. But what we would really love, and I think most lands everywhere, especially the Southwest, is that we are seldom now seeing the rains that are a great blessing. The great blessings are rains that come across inland from the oceans in uniform. Now you see them just kind of going in paths. I attended a conference in Seattle one time, and I heard a theory up there. That theory is that there's so much traffic up there these days that areas of our sky are dirty. It is unseen pollutants up there. And so when the rains come now, they have to go around them, dense areas of pollution. And when they can carry it so far, then they just let go. So it's really strange. I've seen it firsthand traveling on Hopi land, Navajo land. Like you go down the road and you see a green hill. And you go on the other side of the hill, it's dry, barren, and it's really telling. But at our level of agriculture, Hopi agriculture, we're seeing it. We're seeing climate change on a scale. I mean, I thought I'd see it in my livelihood. You know, I'm only 51 years old, and I've seen changes. These changes are going to greatly impact the way we grow and produce and self-sustain ourselves.